Hey guys, what's up? It's Alex or Nuz here, and today's video is about 10 essential items that every PVMer needs in their preset on RuneScape 3. Now this video, we're going to go over 10 items from varying uses that I have in almost every preset when I PVM, and 10 items that if you don't have unlocked, can really help you with PVM. I'll explain the requirements, uses, and what they do, so let's get into the first item. Now if you want to progress your account for PVM and make more money for RuneScape 3 easier, make sure to subscribe now so you don't miss a thing. So the first item is one that a lot of you probably have, but nonetheless it's very important and it may have some uses you don't know about, which is the Ring of Vigour. Now this item is a ring that can be bought from the Dungeoneering reward shop, and it requires level 62 attack and 62 Dungeoneering and cost 50k tokens. Now this ring has a few uses, but one you might actually not know about. The first is that when worn, if you use an ultimate ability, it will only cost 90% of the adrenaline instead of 100%. Most people know about this, and it's a staple to bring to every single boss and put it on when you use ultimates like Death Swiftness, Sunshine, or any other ultimate ability. But another effect that some people seem to forget about is when a special attack is used wearing this ring, it only requires 90% of the normally required adrenaline as well. This means that if you're using a Gothic staff spec, it doesn't require as much adrenaline, or of course more importantly, if you have an Essence of Finality and you're specking with it, you should have this ring on. Especially if you're someone like me who spams a Debo spec all the time, this ring is an amazing and a must-have for every single PVMer. I have this ring on every single last one of my PVM presets. So next we have a powerful spell that is worth bringing almost everywhere, and that is having a rune pouch with Disruption Shield runes. Now Disruption Shield is a lunar spell requiring level 90 magic, and you also need 290,000 produce points from the Libid farm to unlock it. Now keep in mind you can also get produce points from the Traveling Merchant by buying the Libid plant, so you don't actually have to ever play the minigame if you decide to get your points this way. Now the spell costs 10 body runes, 3 astral runes, and 3 blood runes to cast. So when cast, Disruption Shield will block all damage from an attack. Disruption Shield does have a 1 minute cooldown, so you can use this every 1 minute as a free way to block an attack at all bosses. The only thing to mention is Disruption Shield does not block typeless attacks like Nexus Ice Prison or insta-kill attacks like Telos's Instant Kill. It does however block things like Telos's So Much Power, which makes it extremely powerful. Now remember, this shield is basically a free block of any hit every minute, which adds up so much for PVM. If you're someone who struggles on preserving food or surviving with, let's say, a Ripper Demon, this is an amazing spell that everyone should have. Next we have Vulnerability Bombs. Now Vulnerability Bombs are basically the vulnerability spell in a bomb. So it can be thrown and it creates a 3x3 area to vuln monsters. They cost around 20k each to use and can be used with any style. Now it's a given to say if you're not using vulnerability on bosses, you should totally do it. Okay, it is a 10% damage increase for 60 seconds, which is absolutely huge in terms of a DPS boost, so please use vulnerability on all high level PVM bosses you fight. Now these bombs are a must have for the melee and ranged users, so you can actually vuln the boss, but they are also useful for the magic style. If you're on the Ancient Spellbook, which a lot of people use mage with the Ancient Spellbook nowadays, these are a must-have for almost every single preset. So next is something that's very popular and one that I have in every PVM preset with the Ring of Vigour, and that is the Enhanced Excalibur. Now the Enhanced Excalibur is unlocked after completing the Seers Village Hard Diaries, and basically you can right click on it and use its special effect and gain 4% of your max life points over a period of 20 seconds, resulting in 20% of your maximum life points being healed. This is really good for PVMing, as the cooldown is 5 minutes, meaning you can basically use this once per boss fight for free heals. However, it's even better if you have the Elite Seers Diaries done, as then you'll gain 40% of your life points healed, which makes it amazing for almost every single PVM preset and something that I highly recommend you get. Next is a quick one, which is the Luck of the Dwarves ring. Now this ring costs around 68 million GP, and when worn it grants a tier 4 luck enhancer. This means it basically works at almost every single boss, and you'll get a 1% increased chance to get a rare or unique item as a drop. This is a great ring if you do a lot of high level PVM, as the ring will eventually just pay for itself. I know a lot of people who use the Luck of the Dwarves archaeology relic, so they don't actually have to wear the ring, but for me, the relics I use to increase my DPS are too important, so I prefer to have this ring with me at almost all times on my presets so I get that juicy luck enhancer. Next is another staple of basically any PVM preset, and that is a Planted Feet switch. Now, Planted Feet is an invention perk that requires level 89 invention, and it can be made with 2 Kaiware components to get the perk at an 100% rate. It will cost you around 5 million GP to get the perk. Now, this perk basically extends Sunshine and Death Swiftness by nearly 8 seconds when you use this in hand. So when PVMing, I'll basically switch to my Planted Feet item and my Ring of Vigour and then Sunshine or Death Swiftness. You should put Planted Feet on a cheapish weapon like a Virtus 1 or maybe a Shadow Glaive for range, but another good option is to put it on a Sun Spear, so then you can swap between the magic and range styles of the Sun Spear and have a Planted Feet switch for both styles for relatively cheap. If I'm being honest, Planted Feet and Ring of Vigour combo is an absolute must-have for every single ranged or mage setup. Next, we have another very important essential, and that is a shield, but not any shield, a shield with the Turtling 4 perk. Now basically, Turtling 4 is an invention perk that can be made with Ancient Invention. There are different tiers for being the best, so basically it increases the duration of Barricade when you use it. So for instance, Barricade normally lasts 9.8 seconds, but with Turtling 4 it'll last 13.8 seconds, which is 4 seconds more, which is a huge amount of time in PVM, especially if you're invincible like Barricade makes you. So when you combine this with the Mallytop's farm totem effect from the Ranch Out of Time, you can even further increase Barricade's duration to 17.4 seconds of Barricade compared to 9.8 seconds that you have without Turtling 4, which is just absolutely insane, and it's a godsend for things like Telos, Solak, or any other high level PVM where you find yourself needing Barricade. I highly recommend you always bring a shield with you when you do PVM, but more importantly, make sure it has some form of the Turtling perk on it. So next we have the Powerburst of Vitality potion, which is a power burst potion that can be bought super cheap at around 1k GP each, and when used, this potion doubles your current and maximum life points for 6 seconds. Now this is what I like to call the panic potion. It's absolutely amazing to have when you're learning a boss or when you're doing a super high level boss. Basically, you can go somewhere like Telos, and when he does the huge so much power attack, you can use this potion and basically negate the damage. It's like Disruption Shield in a way. You can also use this at the Archglacior if you don't have Devotion on cooldown for the Ice Cannon, along with Reflect to survive it. It's just an all-around great potion, and it can double your life points for 6 seconds and helps you potentially survive if you're panicking or need to deal with a high damage mechanic. So I highly recommend chucking one of these into your presets if you're new to a boss or just doing a high level boss. So next we have the Essence of Finality. Now this is probably the most expensive item on this list, but it's one that I use for almost every high level boss. Now the Essence of Finality is an amulet that costs around 300 million GP to purchase, and it does a few things. The first is that it acts as an Amulet of Souls and a Reaper's Necklace at the same time. This means it gives a 0.1% hit chance boost in all styles for 54 seconds, stacking up to 30 times like the Reaper Necklace, and then it provides a 50% chance to heal 25 to 50% more health with Soul Split, and increases the reduction of damage that protection prayers give by 10%, just like the Amulet of Souls. So it's basically a Reaper Necklace and Amulet of Souls in one, but also it has an amazing style bonus of plus 56 to all styles, which is super good. But that isn't even the best part. The Essence of Finality allows you to put an item in it to consume, and that lets you use the special attack of that item without having it equipped. This means, for instance, you can put a dark bow into the Essence of Finality. Then you can use the dark bow special attack while wielding your Ascension crossbows, let's say, and you'll get the dark bow special attack, but with tier 90 damage and accuracy of the Ascension crossbows. And then it can also proc the criminal bolts you're using as well. This is just absolutely amazing, and this amulet is worth every single penny. It's useful for magic and melee as well, as you can put something like a Gothic staff in here for mage, a Statius Warhammer for melee, or even Dragon Claws in. It's just all around amazing, and it's worth every penny of upkeep as well. On average, with dust costs at around 15 million GP each to recharge 50%, it will cost you around 4 to 500k GP per hour to use the Essence of Finality, which is absolutely so worth it. So finally, we have the Bladed Dive ability. Now this is an ability that requires level 65 attack and dual-wielded melee weapons to use. It's unlocked from doing the Shattered Worlds minigame, and it costs 63 million shattered anima to unlock. Now don't let that number fool you. This can be unlocked in a few hours of Shattered Worlds, depending on your speed and what world you have unlocked. Now this ability is basically a movement ability that allows you to pinpoint a location and dive to it. This ability is just very versatile and really good to bring to a ton of different places. For instance, it can help you move through elite dungeons even faster to get more kills per hour. It helps for the Archglacier in avoiding the Pillars of Ice. It's basically a must-have when you're doing Solok, so you can dive to the pads on the floor. It's just absolutely an amazing ability, and I recommend you bring a main hand weapon along with your enhanced Excalibur. This way you can switch to both of those and bladed dive around whenever you need. This is just amazing to have on every preset. So that's going to do it for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you're enjoying the more frequent uploads that I'm doing, make sure to smash that like button for your boy so I know that I'm doing a good job. And of course, if you have any other questions about any of these items, please leave a comment below and I'll try to answer you as soon as possible to help you out. As well as the wiki links for every single thing will be in the description, so you can go to there easily if you need more information. So thanks for watching everyone, and thanks for all the support recently, and I'll see you all in the next video.